everyone, welcome back, or if you're new here, my name's Janda. If you're anything like me, we're always switching up our decor, especially with the season. And I love mixing new and used items, but I always hit the thrift store first, and today I will be sharing with you all of my summer finds. I'm also going to be giving you some thrifting and styling tips, as well as some different ways that I've styled these items in my home for summer. So let's jump in and do some thrifting. All of the items featured in today's video are from 3 of my local thrift stores here in Ontario, Canada. If you get the chance to go thrifting early in the week, I highly recommend it. I've found that the shelves are usually fuller and less picked over, as a lot of people do their decluttering over the weekend. I always keep an eye out for marble at the thrift store. It's one of those materials that instantly feels high-end, and it usually comes with a high price tag too. I especially love finding lighter tone marble like white and soft gray. I think they blend effortlessly with almost any decor style, and they have that airy, luxurious look that's perfect for summer. Look at this gorgeous white marble serving tray. Can you believe it? This one also has little legs, which makes it so easy to pick up and move around. I've actually been looking for one of these for a while now, and I almost bought one new since I love them so much. Pieces like this are so versatile. You can use them as everyday decor, a serving tray when entertaining, or even as a stylish catch-all. These marble trays can get pretty pricey when buying new, and Pottery Barn actually has one on their site right now for $52. I almost grabbed a similar one on Amazon for $23, which I honestly felt was reasonable. Either way, I totally lucked out and was more than willing to grab this guy for $7.99. Sometimes the price tags leave behind a stubborn residue, but all it takes is a bit of soap and hot water and it's good as new. I love this first summer look so much. I created a little vignette on my kitchen island using dried oranges and flowers from my wedding bouquet. It has that light summery feel, but also still feels warm and inviting. Another way I've styled this is near my kitchen window, using the amber bottle from my last video along with a couple other vessels for flowers. It adds so much summer charm and really brightens up the space. Okay, so for this last look, I used the tray as a condiment catch-all, and it might be my favorite. I think it elevates the whole tablescape and gives a classy summer brunch feel. I also used the butter dish that I showed you guys in my last video. And speaking of food, look at this beautiful vintage blue and white dinnerware set. I am obsessed with the blue and white look, especially for summer, and this set is just so timeless and classic. These were made by Ford & Sons, which was a well-known pottery manufacturer from England. Individual vintage pieces like this typically sell for anywhere between $20 to $80 each. Here, the small plates were only $1.99, the larger ones were $2.99, and the more unique pieces like the gravy pitcher and the platters were between $4 and $6. I will say the set was not entirely complete, with some sizes having 10 plates and others only having 4, but I'm personally less picky when it comes to larger sets because I like to mix and match a lot of the time anyways. I'm gonna show you the styled look in a moment, but first, I also came across these beautiful Bluenose glasses and instantly pictured them with the blue and white plates and knew they were coming home with me. Since they only had 3, I took 2 because I'm weird like that and like to keep things even. I thought they would look so cute mixed in with my other glassware, plus they're a perfect match for the Bluenose ship print I already have styled in my home. Okay you guys, here is everything styled together. Pairing a few pieces from the dinner set with these glasses makes the whole tablescape feel so summery and inviting. Another reason why I'm not so picky about how many items are in the set is because you can repurpose so many of the individual pieces. I also came across these light blue glasses, which were so adorable, but since I had just stocked up on the blue, I decided to save these for the next person. Candle holders are another great thrift store item. I think the ones with handles are so charming and they have this cottagey look that's perfect for summer. This brass one is perfect, but since I already have a thrifted one at home, I passed on it. I got mine a while back for the same price, and I like to shift it around depending on the mood. And that brings me to this candle, and how cute and summery is this yellow lid. I did think that $9.99 was on the higher side for thrift, but taking a closer look, this candle was originally $19.99 at Bouclair and has never been used. I also like that it's scent free, so it won't bother my husband's allergies. Candles in reusable holders like this are such a great buy, not just for the look, but also because you can repurpose them. I actually saw a similar one the other week without the candle and almost grabbed it. I've seen these used for bathroom storage like Q-tips or cotton balls, and when I looked online, similar ones were selling for a lot more. I styled this on my credenza with some pretty summery faux florals and some thrifted glasses I got a while back. I also used it as part of my kitchen island vignette, and I love that the lid fits perfectly over the oranges when the candle is in use. And lastly, I have it styled as a coffee table centerpiece layered over a few books and paired with this lovely taupe floral stem. I love how the pop of yellow stands out against the neutral tones and adds just the right hint of summer. I also love finding cute little pictures like these. The blue tone of this one feels so summery, and it would be perfect for holding flowers, serving syrup or cream on a brunch table, or even styled in a kitchen with a few utensils. I personally didn't want to pay $6 for this one, but it was absolutely gorgeous nonetheless. I kept browsing and then came across this stunning stoneware jug. The blue detailing makes it feel like the perfect summer accent. I think a jug like this would look so lovely in front of a fireplace, on a console table, or even used as a door stopper. A few weeks ago, I was in an antique shop and saw some really similar ones priced at $95, $85, and even the cheapest one was $45. At $19.99, I knew this was a total steal, but I just wasn't in the mood to drop that much. Have you ever had that moment where you love something but just not enough to justify the price? Let me know if you can relate in the comments. I spotted this one and knew I could justify the price. The shape totally reminds me of something you'd find in a summer farmhouse, and I was so excited to give it a quick DIY makeover to modernize it. I gave it a quick coat of black spray paint, which I will link below. I think the black adds a sleek, timeless touch that instantly elevates any item, and this simple DIY made it feel so much more high-end. I am so happy with how this turned out. Adding some light florals gave it that perfect modern farmhouse feel, and I've already styled it in a few different spots around my home this summer. Look at these adorable rope baskets. Usually I only find wicker ones at the thrift store, so spotting two of these was such a sweet surprise. These types of baskets are my favorite because they're perfect for literally everything and a great option to make clutter look organized. I found these almost identical baskets from Joss & Main retailing for $114, so snagging these for just $7.49 felt like a total win. Right now, I've styled the larger one in front of my fireplace holding a few vintage books. It's also perfect for holding throw blankets to add that extra cozy touch, and you can easily swap out what's inside with the season. I'm already picturing something like pine cones or pumpkins in the fall, or a small bundle of birch, or even some oversized ornaments for winter. I placed the smaller one as a little catch-all under my entryway console table. It's perfect for tossing in everyday items like mail, a purse, a hat, or even sunscreen. You could also pop this guy on a closet shelf to hold things like scarves or mittens in the winter. One of my favorite thrift finds are the items that still have their original tags, and these adorable plaid towels are brand new. I just got new hand towels, so I left these there, but I'm wishing I did grab them, and they were only $3.99, plus they came with the matching pot holder and 2 washcloths. I think they would look so perfect rolled up in a basket with some fresh bread, or even styled next to some seasonal florals like blue hydrangeas for the summer or a bunch of sunflowers in the fall. Next up are these cozy plaid throw pillows. I was probably way too excited about them in the store because once again, I forgot to film. They were only $7 each and in perfect condition. I've seen most throw pillows going for $25 or more, so grabbing both of these for under $15 felt like a major win. I love the look of these in front of my fireplace, and they also go so well with the white knit blanket that I showed you guys last time. Plaid is so timeless, and these soft tones fit right in for summer, but will also look beautiful through every season. The Mission thrift store always has this middle section filled with larger pieces like furniture, and this charming little table caught my eye. It would make such a cute plant stand, an end table, or even a side table next to a cozy reading chair. A quick search online showed similar styles listed for hundreds of dollars, but this one was only $3.99. The wood was a little chipped, and I'd probably want to give it a fresh stain. I also don't have the space for it, so I left it behind for the next lucky thrifter, but what a steal. I love using both real and faux florals when styling, and the thrift store always has an endless variety of faux flower arrangements, stems, and plants. I find a lot of the time the colors are a bit bold or mismatched for my space. I mix and match all the time to create my own neutral or seasonal themes. I spotted these soft neutral faux florals and was able to grab both bunches for just $1.99. For reference, a single stem from places like Michael's or HomeSense can run from between $7 to even $20. I mix them in with some of my other faux and dried florals, and I love how they instantly add depth and texture. They also work beautifully on their own, styled on a tray or a book, or even in a small vase. And speaking of small vases, the thrift store always has so many of these pretty bottles and unique patterned glassware to showcase small flowers. I always find the clear glass ones give an airy summery feel, and they can go with just about any color out there. The pattern on these kitchen jars is so pretty, but I knew the stained rubber seal would bug me, and I didn't want to go through the hassle of getting a new one. These bottles also caught my attention, and I think the larger one would be perfect for serving table water at a summer meal or outdoor gathering. I always notice that random items end up in the wrong sections near the back of the thrift store. That's exactly how I found this beautiful copper kettle with the most charming blue and white handle. I love the natural patina, and it would look absolutely stunning styled on a kitchen or dining shelf, or even just displayed on a stove. If I had more kitchen space, I definitely would have grabbed it, but we do have a plug-in kettle that works faster, and with our kitchen having no shelves, I had to leave it behind. I looked it up and then found an almost identical one for nearly $45. I then found the exact same one but without the lid, listed for $62. Clearly the next lucky thrifter is in for an amazing steal, with this one being only $13.49. I still got my copper fix with this adorable mini lantern. The warm tone matches perfectly with my copper cutlery set, and since we already have a mix of brass and copper throughout our home, it fits right in. Funny enough, I almost bought a similar blue and cream one last week for $12, but I actually love this smaller size even more. I was happy to pay $3.49 and left the second one for the next person. I knew I wanted to style it on our entry table, and I love how the copper adds a warm, lived-in feel to the space. Even in the summer, I think it brings such a cozy touch without feeling too heavy. Here it is styled in our powder room, and I love how it adds to the coastal nautical look we already have. It's subtle, but it ties everything together so nicely. Alright you guys, so that about wraps it up for today's thrift haul. Keep in mind, you can totally use any of these items all year round, and it really just depends on how you style them. I really hope you enjoyed styling with me for the rest of summer, and I cannot wait to show you my fall decorate with me video coming in the next few weeks. Also, I'm still figuring out what you guys like, so let me know in the comments if you like this type of content and maybe something you want to see more of. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one.